Hi everybody, welcome back to Kodesh Gardens. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you all how to set up a very inexpensive compost bin. There's a lot of great ideas out there on the internet, from the 55-gallon barrels to using tires to using cardboard boxes. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you the one that I think might work best for me. And what I did was I just bought a Tupperware container. And you can get these anywhere from $5 to $10 depending on where you go. And all you need after that is some composting material. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is take the lid off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill holes in the bottom and all along the sides. And also I'm going to drill holes along the top. And I'm going to drill holes in the bottom because that's going to allow the water and everything to drain out. You want to have some type of draining system. So I want to have the water to drain out. I'm going to go ahead and drill some holes along the sides. And that's going to help with aeration, to let the air get through and help break down the compost. And I'm also going to go ahead and drill the holes on the top for that very same reason. And the reason why I decided to go ahead and do the bin is because I don't want to have any type of animals getting into my compost bin, like raccoons or cats or anything like that, or even rats. I don't want that. So I wanted to get something with a lid, and then that way I could put a brick on it or something like that to make sure that nothing will get inside of it. So I just went ahead and get a drill. There isn't any type of specific size you want to get. Just whatever size you think, not too big where everything will fall through, but just big enough where the air can get in. And I'm going to go ahead and just drill some holes. It doesn't matter. Benjamin. That's my son making all that noise, so just ignore him. What I'm going to do is I will finish this up so I don't bore you with this, and then I will come back and show you what everything looks like. We're back again, and I wanted to go ahead and show you what I was talking about. This is what the inside of this bin looks like, and it's just basically holes that I've drilled in random areas, and also I went ahead and did the top. And like I said, this is going to help with draining, and it's going to help with the aeration too. So what I'm going to do is, to start my compost bin, I'm going to go ahead and put in pieces of cardboard at the bottom. Just pieces that I've torn up. I don't know if you can see the inside of this or not. Hey y'all, shh, quiet. All right. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to put my gloves on for this. I'm just going to go ahead and add like some soil. You can add whatever you want that's an organic matter. You can add leaves, you can add soil, you can add grass clippings, pieces of wood, sticks, anything like that. Another thing that you want to go ahead and add is you can add food scraps. And the food scraps, you want to do things like vegetables, fruit, old fruit, pieces of, peel or anything like that. You can do coffee grinds. If you eat eggs, you can eat, you could put your eggshells in here as well. The one thing that you do not want to put in here, you don't want to put any dairy products. No dairy products. You don't want to put any meat in here. You don't want to put anything that has salt in it, because salt, if you think about it, kind of preserves, and you don't really want to preserve your the compost. You want it to break down. So that's basically what the composting is. It's going to break down the organic matter, and you just keep adding and adding. You're going to want to once it gets every time you add into the bin, you're going to go ahead and put the lid on, and you're just kind of rock it back and forth and just move it around. You can take a pick or a shovel or something and kind of turn it over, just to kind of move it around a little bit. So I don't know if you can see inside, but what I did was I just kind of covered up the pieces of cardboard like this, and then I'm going to add some leaves that my son collected for me, and this is going to make a really nice compost definitely by next year. And the smaller that you break up, like if you have some food scraps in the house and you break it, if you grind it up or chop it up into smaller pieces, the smaller the pieces, the quicker it will compost. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on, and you want to store your compost bin in a dark area, a dark cool area, a dark cool area. You want to put it in. I'm going to go ahead and put mine underneath of my deck. It doesn't get a lot of sun, it's kind of shady. And like I said, I'll put like a brick or something on top to make sure that there's not going to be any animals or anything like that to get into it. So really that's basically it. And then once everything breaks down and it fills up, that's going to be really good compost to be able to put in your garden and to give your soil more nutrients. So I hope that this was helpful to you. It was very simple, very quick, very cheap and inexpensive. And like I said, if you don't want to do the bin, that's okay. You can get online and look up some other ways, but definitely I would advise doing the compost, because it is going to be an organic matter, natural, and it's going to put everything that your soil needs back into the earth, so that when you do your gardening, it's going to be really good for it. So if you have any questions or comments, please write them below, and please subscribe. Thanks a lot.